Good day, and great light illuminators and two-way showers. I'm Wendy, bringing to you once again the infinite languages of lights, all the songs of Source that we all sing as we express our highest joys, sorrows, synchronicities, joys, as we share together this human experience and as we tap into the sounds of nature. We're reminded once again of all of the guidance that we receive through their song, even if we don't realize it. How it raises our frequency, we talked about clearer communication, how it helps us more clearly communicate with our star families, with our guides, being more aware of the signs and synchronicities, as this channel has always been about understanding that everything is connected and that everything we do affects absolutely everything on levels we may never be able to understand until we are no longer focused in the physical reality. And one of the things I was guided to this morning as I was sitting out here listening to the bird song was to first offer a message of blessings from all of our angels and ancestors and guides through the language of light. Vianamayasha oto uzamiara vashani mila kokea. Masabariando kishinishiana mila entea. Lajono mayamaya eliazana ketea lojo. Ama ana te sabarioso. And we talk a lot about light codes, and there's a lot of codes, information, data that comes through light. And again, we can equate this to our own fiber optic systems, how much information can travel through light. And we're just now beginning to understand the healing frequencies of light. We're just stepping into the surface. And I believe that when we open contact with our star families and realize and are given more information about who we've been, the information that lies within us all, our inner knowings about the earth and plant medicine, and recognizing the power of the mind and thought, and the connection between the mind and the physical body and our consciousness and the consciousnesses of all that is. And all of these connections. So these light codes can come from information from the sun, information from the moonlight, information as the light dances off of everything, as our guides have discussed many times through the languages of lights, the light language, the light codes that come through. And I'm being reminded even of my own studio, how I've got the crystals and prisms of light always moving through the room. It reminds me, it's like my guide showing me what they look like, that they are light, we are prisms, other beings, entities and that are physical and non-physical. When we see these lights dancing, prisms, when we see the light dancing off the water, we're reminded, we're recognizing who we are, the kaleidoscopes that we are, and yet we're having this amazing, beautiful physical experience. And the synchronicities that we call it are simply once again, breadcrumbs to knowing, who am I? What is my purpose? What is my place? Connecting our dots. And it's very interesting for me, for the synchronicities this morning, as I grabbed a couple of decks that were oracle decks that were close by. And one of my highest joys is oracle reading. So I've actually started another YouTube channel, which I invite all of you to be some of the first subscribers, and it's dedicated only to the oracle cards. I love it so much that I I guess I wanted to focus, I wanted to have a place in a space to focus all of that oracle energy kind of into one place. Not that I won't be bringing oracle readings here, which I still will do. However, I'm really, wanted to take that excitement and expand on all of these oracle messages and do them in all different ways, in all different places and spaces. And a lot of people come to languages of light through searching on light language. Perhaps it's on consciousness, metaphysical, telepathy, open contact, connecting with our spirit guides, angel messages. I've been channeling extraterrestrial, having extraterrestrial communications for over a decade. And all of these things are part of my whole languages of lights. And bringing all that into this, all that energy here, Yatoke, and also written light codes. We talked about the signs and the symbols. Light codes, part of light codes is, we call them light codes, but yet I've also come to understand more fully, more fully in that more and more people who are coming out into the mainstream of talking about the idea that not do UFOs exist or not exist, but to show us all that they've been here all along, that the government and all of that and disclosure and all these people coming forward. But one of the things, the point was I wanted to make was a lot of these like symbols and things and written codes that I've been receiving over the last decade help me connect to all of those things and more. But they are many people who have had extraterrestrial spacecraft sightings, starship sightings, see the symbols. They see these symbols all over the starship. Many different places, many different shapes and sizes and forms. And so that was one of the things I've come to realize even more is disclosure about people opening up to what they know, what they can talk about, and how those symbols activate all of us to remember our connections to all of this. So all of these things I've been sharing here in the Light Language channel, and then Dave and I also began an Open Contact TV YouTube channel to focus on those ideas, to focus on that information, and more about that in open contact and disclosure, and what will that actually be like, and what can we do, and more about the children, the hybrid children, which I will, I will focus more on that channel as well. All of these are phenomena to all of us, including me. And all I'm doing is sharing my experiences and my excitement in different places. So the name of my new YouTube channel is Hourglass Oracle. And there's, I can put the links here in the description here. I've also been putting little links over on my post page here on YouTube. It used to be called the community page, now it's posts. So I've been posting different things, different videos that I started making on that channel. So I would be so excited if you guys joined me over there on that channel, where the focus really will be on all things Oracle, and the idea behind the hourglass, and my inspiration behind it, and how that all came to be. So I just started doing a couple of videos. So if that interests you, to share my excitement over there, and also where Dave and I dive deeper into the idea of open contact with extraterrestrials here on Earth. I think that's why a lot of us, our purpose, our place, why we came here, was to experience that. And so I'm just spreading my love and joy and excitement in all the places and spaces, and actually, and we also have we have another channel too, where we talk about our backyard camping experiences and equipment that we buy, and whether or not we're going to get a recreational vehicle, and if so, which one, and our excitement with all of that. So I guess I wasn't even expecting to make this. Well, I was not expecting to make this video about all of this, but here we are. And that's what I love about all of this, is having all these synchronicities. And, you know, the funny thing is, I just opened this deck, the spirit, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and with the big eye on the front. And in the inside it says, "May you always be on the inner quest." And the inside of this box has this infinity symbol. I'm not sure if you can even see it in this light. Here. There we go. And actually, that was part of the symbol for my hourglass, was that idea of the infiniteness of all of us, the infiniteness of time and how we create time and how we receive information from timeless places, where spaces and communication with collectives of every kind, we're all connected inside this beautiful infinite symbol, the hourglass. And the symbols of the elements on the back, how again we're each and all of us connected in every way to every element, everywhere, in every when, every piece of dust and stardust. So we're always on our inner quest. And I'm going to pause for a moment so I can grab Dave so he can come out. And I need some more coffee. So I never know where these are going to take us. But yet I'm reminded that none of us are one thing. We all have different interests. So if, here we are, spring again in the Northern Hemisphere, starting something new. I'm starting something new. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And that's one of the things that I've even realized, is that none of us are all or nothing. We're all multidimensional beings with the different interests. And some of us have one simple focus, or not simple, one specific focus. And that's fine too. But the point is, just do something. Just do it. We talked yesterday about communicating more clearly, and how do we do that? This is one of the ways that we do that. Sitting together, doing these things, listening to the oracle messages, listening to the birds, being in nature. One of the things that I just heard was, as I pick up the deck of the Animal Spirit deck, I actually love the inside of this too. It says, 2 feet, 4 feet, scales or hide. May your minds stay open and our wings span wide. And that speaks for all of us. And all I did was turn over the deck, and it was the dolphin card. And one of the reasons I found this synchronistic also is now the dolphin are connected to the Sirius star system. And there's a lot of synchronicities and things that we've talked about the Sirius star system. Also being in the Canis Major star system, the symbol of service to humanity. What is your service to humanity? And we talked a lot about this recently too, about what is our purpose, what is our place. The dolphin is connected. The dolphin energy is connected to the star Sirius, and we're all part of this. We all have Sirius star DNA in all of us, and we're going to be learning more and more about all of this. So as you can see, these channelings take different twists and turns depending on where our guides want to take us in this now moment. And right now they're talking about this star Sirius energy. And from what we've understood from other channelers, there's a lot of different types of beings, physical and non-physical beings, in the Sirius star system. And it is the brightest star from Earth. It is the one we look to for guidance. It is the brightest star we see from Earth. And there's a reason for that. We've all created that. But there's aquatic beings, and that's one of the reasons why we relate with the dolphin and the whale energy to the star Sirius, is because they are aquatic beings, and there's aquatic beings that, from what we understand, look a little bit like some of the chameleons and things that run around here. And so I was laughing at a synchronicity I found yesterday, which I'll show you guys. It's upstairs, but little kind of like salamander type of sticker I found, and so that idea and the energies surrounding the dolphin energy, and all we have to do is think about the dolphin and the whale, and we're in that energy, connecting to our Sirius star family. That's how easy it is. And I say easy, but that is how easy it is. It's your focus. What information do you want to glean, and from where and from whom? And ask, and you will, through the signs and the symbols and the synchronicities, even this video maybe, that you'll be like, oh, okay, I was thinking about that, or I was wondering about that, or I didn't know I was wondering about that. And now I'm also getting the connection from the star Sirius system, because we talk, and the connection to the pyramids all over the world, of which we have yet to discover. There are many, many more hidden on purpose and not on purpose. Lots of hidden treasures and information that are going to be coming through. And as we talked a little bit about earlier about the light symbols on starships, many of us, and I started drawing them so long ago, and it was just because I was guided to share them, because something said to me, these are going to help people wake up. They're going to help disclosure. They're going to help opening contact with your star families, simply by remembering that, oh, we are on these ships in our dreams. We are traveling through space. And I know a lot of this is one of the reasons why I've want to focus on each of these different channels, if you will, the different channeled information. And maybe, I guess I feel like I need to focus on each channel, different information. And maybe if you don't agree, tell me you don't agree and you want to hear all of it all in one place. But I think that, and let me know, what brought you here today? Was it light language? Do you already know about light language? Was it something you're curious about? Was it about oracle readings? What was it that, if you even know, sometimes we just wake up and we are scrolling through our phone and, oh, there's something that we've never seen, never ever heard of before. That's certainly part of my awakening process. It was just like that. Every day we see something new, and it's like, oh, wait, I'm vibrating toward this thing to watch, even if it's for a couple of seconds. There's a reason. And so see how our higher selves take us on these meandering trails and paths of understanding. And even though it seems like it's a winding road, is once again we're reminded that it is the path of least resistance for us, because you're just following your joy. That's what we're doing, just following our joy. And those who resonate with each of those different vibrational frequencies of each of those different channels, that's the information that's perfect for you, them, in that now moment. Just like all of this, and just like my own journey, everything that I've ever come across has been a stepping stone for me. To be me, to be more and more of this, and doing more of this and all the other ways. And I'm even reminded too about, I'm excited about art too, and taking the, exploring art and my own artistic expression. Thank you, Dave. Energies, and putting it in different ways in different places, whether it's in journals with light codes, or whether it's light codes in paintings, or whether it's drawings. And yet I find the need, maybe the drive to, oh, well, that should be displayed someplace else on a whole different channel. So you can see how all of a sudden I'm also acknowledging my own beliefs in separation, that I know these are all connected. Everything, all of these things that we do are all connected to the over the soul that we are. There's our neighbor. On the golf cart again. Sorry, I got distracted. Shiny thing, sorry. But we're all, I have this idea that these things all need to be separated, yet I know they're all connected. We're all a soul expressing ourselves in these multidimensional ways. But that's okay too, because the frequency for this and that is completely different, and that's okay. I feel that what they're trying to show us today is It's okay to share. It doesn't have to be just one thing. Do many things and see what feels the best, what feels good, what, where do you vibrate in that now moment, and do that. And no insistence on an outcome. And there it is for all of us. The human consciousness says, but if I do this, it's going to do that. Or what if I do this and that's going to happen? Or what if it doesn't happen? Remember, we talked about that. Let's remove what if from the conversation altogether. So that's the information that came through on that. I'm like, okay, how long is this video? Nikalia salpashano ijamete eliasana masiba arikia ma avoro kumia tavisma etea sevismoso shamia manekela. And this is just another way that I woke up one day learning how to express myself in a new way I never knew before. La candoria samasa shandon kiandalasa unko yantala ama niano andoko shiana keliata kosapasia salamania shanakoria mianavanaya nenimela. And that is how this channel was born, was out of the language of light. And I'm just gonna the card that came out from our angels and ancestors is the bee. Summer. So I know we're approaching spring here and autumn in the southern hemisphere. So we're either heading into summer, months, or away from summer months. But the point is, bask in joy, and light is the message. Summer reminds us of light, of sunshine, of heat, of energy, of growth. It even reminds me of water, because in the summer, I'm out looking for bodies of water, sun on the water, looking for water, drinking water. And the bees work together for the betterment of the hive. But the point is about when you're basking in joy and light, it all over, wherever you're excited to do so. Maybe you're in 50 Facebook groups, that's fine. That's how we express ourselves in different ways. But there's a lot of people now that want to express themselves like this, maybe in video or on YouTube. And it doesn't just have to be one thing. And it doesn't, and don't be insistent upon, my guides tell me this every day, don't be insistent upon any of numbers and any of that stuff. It's about following your joy and your light, and that's all. And those that will flicker, that will come to your flickering light, they just will. Just like you've happenstanced here today for whatever reason. And thank you for, being with me through these videos and acknowledging your own presence and your own value, your own worth, your own experiences, your own expressions. Even if this inspires one person to go be themselves more fully, I feel that my heart is full. And that's what I focus on. And it's easy for all of us to stray off of that, the millions of this and the millions of that and the views and the likes and the blah, 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 the money. But what is it really about? If it's not about being the true you and being authentic, and there's nothing wrong with being authentic and saying, I want to make millions of dollars. That's awesome. That's what we're here to do, is be cool, be ourselves, be abundant in every way that we want to be abundant. That's awesome. But if you're not doing it for the reason because it's something you absolutely love to do, then is that in alignment with who we truly are? And that's a whole nother video. My guides were talking to me in meditation this morning all about alignment. And it's a video that Dave and I have been talking about doing for a little while, all about the different aspects of alignment. But anyway, this message has gone on, and we are where we are. So this card pulled the Sage, be devoted and committed. And that is really what it's all about. being devoted and committed as the sage to what it is you're truly gifted at. Truly gifted at. And again, it doesn't have to be something spiritual or metaphysical. I was just thinking about Dave and how he's been so triumphant this last, well, whole year really, with programming. That's his joy and excitement, and he's really, really good at it. He's a sage at it. Definitely a sage at it. And so you can be excited and spreading your joy and light in any way you choose. And in all different ways. Be a sage at what you're doing by sharing your own joy and light and expression, no matter what it is. And so I think that kind of sums up today's message. And again, thank you for being with me for any part of these messages, and especially through the duration. There's a lot of information and light codes and frequencies coming through me, through this channel, this vessel, this light that I sit in the out and listening to the birds, being in nature. Every single thing is connecting with you in a different way, on a different level, and a different frequency. Absorb it all, express it all. Be the unique you came to be. That is your purpose, is to do those things, whatever they are. I love you, I love you, I love you. Kiantose shashanikia. Namo tari samalasena atayangaya shosho. Biashonoti sasa. So if you enjoy even watching these videos and you feel that somebody can benefit from this information, don't hesitate to share. I only share where I share here, and if you're so guided to support me by sharing this out wherever in your world, I may never even know about it, and it doesn't matter, because my light is your light, and together, once again, we illuminate each other's light by raising our frequency, by being in our joy and light, no matter what we're doing. And it doesn't have to be perfect, nothing, because everything is perfect. It doesn't have to be the perfect lighting, the perfect sound, the perfect anything, because this is perfect. This is perfect, just how and where we are and where we're sitting today, enjoying each other's company in the sunlight. I'm not even sure what you guys can see. So from my front porch and home and heart to yours, we love you. Thank you for being with us.